It is 6 o'clock. Glad you're up with us here on 13 Sunrise. As you look at our skyline in the distance, it is very, very cold outside. I'd say you'd be used to it by now, but it still is a shock to my system every time I step outside.
Yeah, and it hurts a little more knowing we've already hit our high temperature for the day. So we're right there with you as we start our Friday morning. I'm Sam in for Julia, along with Jalea and Matt, and we are keeping an eye on the weekend. Obviously, here's a look at radar for you this morning. You see a lot of colors going on, so Matt's going to break it all down for us, what's happening today and then into the weekend.
Basically, everyone's not getting the same thing. I know they've been looking to our friends down south who are watching to see if they're getting more snow, more ice, but seems like it's creeping up a little further north, right?
Yeah, and so that's one other update this morning. We've increased the snowfall totals again. Ice will probably be right by the Ohio River, which means always the heaviest snow is just north of that. We may be in the bullseye now, southern Indiana at least, but we're close enough that we're at least getting a half foot, I think, for most of us who are watching this morning. So
Snow day.
That's a pretty good snow for us, right? And you were looking at that map. It does look crazy, right? There's so many different colors. What's going on? Well, there's a mix of cold alerts and winter snow alerts for the weekend. I'll get to those in a moment. Right now, I just wanted to show you temperatures are dropping. Every time we look, Indianapolis is at least a degree colder. It's now 12 in the city. It's just 9 up there by Morse, 7 in Bunker Hill, it's 16 for the Spartans in Connorsville. And we have that northwest wind that's making it feel even colder. Yesterday was pretty chilly, and it just gets even colder out there today. Now down to -13 for a wind chill in Kokomo, -12 in Lafayette. And you can see that colder air in Illinois is crossing the state line. That northwest wind is just carrying it right in, and that's why we have several school delays, closings, and even e-learnings. Some of the yellows are e-learnings. These are just the public schools that have been mapped on our system. Most of them are to the north. That's where the wind chill will be the worst. But everyone, no matter where you are, it is super cold out there this morning. Make sure you're bundled up. Once you hit the single digits, you're probably staying there throughout the day with a mix of sun and clouds. All right, the colors. The pink color shows you the winter storm warning. That's the last one that you're going to see. Other ones, like for example, this blue is a winter storm watch. That'll be upgraded to either the pink, the warning, or the purple and a travel advisory. A little bit less impact. But here in central Indiana, it is all about snow. We're not getting the ice, but we are going to get a good half inch or half foot to possibly a full foot of snow. System still off towards our south and west. Once it hits the jet stream, which is over the southern plains, it's going to quickly expand, come right at us. We're going to show you the timing of when we think the first snow bands will move in and how much snowfall we expect this weekend. Let's touch on traffic this morning, though. The good news I have, no big crashes or accidents. We're flowing pretty good. Now, we did have some road work being done up to the north around Fishers on I-465 and 69, but no traffic delays from that yet. This is a live look along I-70, State Road 9. You're looking there in Greenfield. You're looking towards the west, coming into downtown Indianapolis. Traffic's moving fine, and we're moving all right there. 65 by 21st Street, really close to downtown. You're going to see more striping on the roads as road crews put down the brine today, getting ready for that snow. Julia?
Thank you, Matt. While we can still see the streets, before all of the snow hits, the city street departments are starting their salt trucks hours in advance.
And they are well prepared because of the snow we've already seen this season, but some say there could be even more challenges this time around. So Anna Chucker is back in studio this morning with when we could see some of those crews out and about. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. First truck fleet, they'll start tonight and they'll work in 12-hour shifts through the weekend until DPW feels the roads are safe and cleared. So like every snow event this season, the trucks will plow on their tiered system. They'll first focus on bridges and overpasses and then your main streets like a Meridian or a Washington Street. Then they'll move on to the connector ones, then finally hitting your neighborhood streets. This snow season already, DPW has laid 20,000 tons of salt, but say this time around, they probably have a challenge on their hands. That's because of how cold it's supposed to get, and the salt, brine, and any de-icer they use really loses its effectiveness. Here's what the department wants residents to pay attention to as they adapt to this salt.
Please do take precautions if you're in a vehicle or taking some other mode of transportation. If you see our trucks out and about, please do give them room to work. We want to keep them working. We want to keep our crews out there on the road, and we want to make sure everyone gets home safe at the end of the shift.
Now, if you're going to stay inside to keep up with where those trucks are, you can visit the Indy Snow Force map. It's color-coded, it's time-coded as well, really just to kind of let you know when they're going to be out and about. A really important tool to have this weekend. Now we know people may be trying to get out to the grocery store today, maybe even when the snow hits. So we'll talk about kind of when to prepare, when the best times for that is, what these stores are already seeing, and kind of the big hot things that you're going to need the next couple of days.
Okay, yeah, and everybody seems to be, for good reason, though.
Yes.
You have to stay inside, you
Yeah.
have to have what you need, but stores were busy yesterday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And unfortunately, we know not everyone is able to stay home during this weekend in the frigid weather.
Yes, if you do have to go out, there are some important things to do to prepare. First, for your car. If you have a garage, obviously you're parking in the garage. This is the time to use that, which will protect your car from the cold and help make sure that you can start it when you need to.
Also, good reminder to check that car battery, replace it if it's struggling to hold a charge. And last, check your tire pressure. Cold air, of course, will cause it to some of those warning lights to come on, could cause those tires to lose pressure. If it's low, stop by a gas station or tire shop to put some more air in it.
My dashboard has been lighting up
Yep.
like a Christmas tree up and down this week. And check out these suggestions from the National Weather Service of what to wear to stay safe in the cold weather. It seems like common sense, but starting from the top, make sure you are wearing a warm hat or a hood or both. It's not overdoing it. A face mask, gloves, your coat. They say at least 3 layers on your body and 2 layers on your legs, boots included too for your feet.
We forget the legs,
Yeah.
I think, sometimes. This weekend's winter weather is hitting on a pretty big weekend here in Indiana for the Hoosiers.
We know IU is supposed to celebrate that big national championship tomorrow despite the cold temperatures. Marina Silva is here in studio with how the school plans to still celebrate. Is it still on as far as we know?
It's still on this morning, and the most important thing to remember right now is at Memorial Stadium despite the cold. But with Indiana University, they're saying everything's on schedule, and of course that could change. IU Senior Associate Athletic Director Jeremy Gray says the university is working closely with meteorologists as they make these calls, and they're hoping the snow holds off. Now, if temperatures drop too low, the celebrations will move indoors to Assembly Hall, but the seating there is limited. It's not like Memorial Stadium, so it would be on a first-come, first-served basis. Gray adds they're also planning to keep the ceremony brief because of the cold.
It's cold. Our fans went out in just cold to Kirkwood in a mass of humanity at 1 o'clock in the morning after we won the game. So we're going to keep the ceremony fairly tight, 30, 45 minutes max.
Yes, they did. The university says they also have a few surprises for fans, like trophy presentations for awards that fans might not know IU won yet. Also, fans will have the chance to get that championship rally towel. We know a lot of people have been collecting those this playoff run. So the biggest advice, we know IU fans will go out in the cold. We've seen it all week.
Yeah.
So biggest advice is to bundle up.
And Samantha, you were saying, oh, only 30 minutes, I'm surprised. I think any fan that has to spend out there in the cold will be like, 29 minutes is enough.
Yes,
Let's wrap this
yes.
up.
Good luck. Bundle up.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
All right. Thank you, Marina.